Well, it looks like the Natty King and friends are back at it again. Yeah, the whole gang is here. But I'm not here for a long time, I'm here for a good time. And the end is near, so let's drink beer.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the End is Near, so Let's Drink Beer podcast, sponsored by Premium Cabinets. Shout out to John Morgan and family over there. If you're looking to get any cabinet work done or kitchen remodeling, holler at them at 314-499-8800. Hey everybody, welcome back to the End is Near, so Let's Drink Beer podcast. It is, what the fuck's today's date, guys? The 29th? The 1st? March 1st.
Disclaimer.
March 1st, the day after the leap year. Got Tim Tripoletti, my co-host. I'm Brandon McNamee, and today our guest is Tommy Crane.
Tommy boy.
Hello.
I'm excited about this one, my friend.
Me too, man. I'm really excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give the disclaimer up front that we're going to talk about some real shit. I mean, we're
all legal.
The Dubai porta potty, which is we're going to talk about urinating inside a woman.
Oof.
We're going to
Rough.
if you're watching this at work, put the headphones in.
Edit that one out.
We're going to talk about DMT, mushrooms. Yeah. Please tell your children to go to another room.
Fun stuff. Yeah. All informative.
Yeah, that's why we're doing it.
It's educational.
We're trying to educate the masses. That's all this is. It is us doing good.
So, yeah.
So, Tim, first of all, how the hell have you been, my friend?
I have been. I've been good, man. I'm feeling like shit today.
I know.
I'm kind of hitting the allergy. You know, when the weather kind of shifts, it goes from hot to cold, cold to hot.
Yeah.
I always get hit with something, but.
Well, you've been telling me you're bored lately, and it's got me concerned about you.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I think it's the weather. And I think it's St. Louis. I need to get the fuck out of here.
Dude,
I need to go do something fun.
This
End
weekend.
of winter depression.
And
It's
here's
like
what
you've
sucks.
been through it, yeah.
Here's what sucks, and this is what I told him. I have a great life. I'm fucking happy with everything. I'm just bored out of my goddamn mind. I need some sort of I need a shake-up or something.
Bored to tears. That's a real thing.
It is. And you brought up the weather thing, and I'm like, maybe there is something to that,
well,
you know?
This weekend's supposed to be nice. I got a brisket I'm going to do.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm going to get it tonight, and I'm going to do it all weekend. Probably 2 briskets.
You are a meat connoisseur, aren't you?
He
is.
It's not even the fact that I want to eat. I don't even fucking like brisket. What I'm going to do,
Okay.
I like the process of making these things. I like sitting outside. I like trimming the meat. I like sitting out on the patio. I like the smoke rolling. I like the flesh, the cow flesh.
And you know what's so hard?
And then it's like done, and I don't fucking eat it.
What's so hard with that statement is you're so ADD and all over the place and can't sit still for 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Doing something like that is just way out of your
Doesn't make
what
sense.
I picture you enjoying.
Completely out of my nature.
I have a really good friend, and we'll be like hanging out, drinking, having a good time, and he'll be like, "I got to get home and get to bed. I got some meat to cook tomorrow." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
And he'll be like, "Dude, I got to get up at 5:30. I got to baste this breast. I got to do this. I got to skin this, and then I got to smoke it for 6 hours. I cannot let my eye off this thing." I'm like, "Dang, can I come over or like what?" And he's like, "Yeah, it'll be done around 6."
Oh,
I'm like, "It's gonna take 12 hours."
Yeah.
I'm like, "What
That's
is
my kind of
going
dude.
on?"
And then you taste it and you're like, I mean, it's good.
It's
It's
good.
not 12 hours good, but
It's not
the
get up
process-
at 4:30 good.
Dude, the process is the best part of it, though. The process. It just being out on the back patio with some fucking Leonard Skinner playing.
yeah.
Natty
With
light
some
in your
fucking
head.
natty lights, sun shining on you, and smoke just billowing.
Yeah.
That
Something
is
about
kind of
that.
your
Okay.
jam, though. Your most
exact- oh.
consistent posts are you on the
That's the
patio
only, yeah.
showing your 15 different fucking Grill Master grills
I got a
and
bunch.
eggs and hibachis and all that.
And I
just-
give the meat to the neighbors and the dog.
nice.
the best.
Nice.
It's
Well,
the
it is
best.
nice when you like set the whole scenario up, like the kids are in the pool and
Fuck
like you know
yeah.
you got like
Yeah.
your little grill.
You got your
Your
apron,
apron
on.
on.
Yeah.
Clark W. Griswold, fucking level 10, baby.
100%.
I like
You're
it.
waving
I
at
like
neighbors
it.
with the spatula.
Yeah.
You
And,
know,
oh, dude, I
the
got a
whole
video. I got to
deal.
show you. I got to show you a video of fuck. I'm gonna put this up on the somehow.
Like, I'll marinate chicken, and I'm like, you're Gordon goddamn Ramsay right
Straight
now.
up.
You know,
Same
just
shit.
doing some
Dude,
Lowry seasoning, and I'm like, my job here is done.
I'll drizzle some oil in a pan and like mince some garlic and put it in there before my broccoli, and I'm like, "You're the
Look at
You're
that.
a
Yeah.
king.
Why didn't you do this for a living?
oh
you
my
know?
God. Exactly."
This is me in my element right here with
Timmy
the neighbors.
Bourdain.
The neighbors next to me. This poor kid. Look at this poor kid. In his little pool. And I'm just on the patio fucking.
That's what you're black.
Just raging. I gotta show this to the camera.
Now, are your neighbors cool with you like that? Like, do they? Yeah.
Can you see it? That's me just getting it.
I just love how the mom is. I love how the mom is sitting in the pool, just like, don't make eye contact.
Yeah.
Don't let him know he's winning,
Yeah.
and we'll win.
That's right.
That's my element, though, man.
Yeah,
People,
it is
some
Is that
people
the
like
guy
to.
from the Indus near Let's Drink Beer? God damn it.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
it like living next to him? Oh, it's great if you like gore on a fucking Sunday afternoon.
You know, he drops off brisket.
That really though, they can't deny that.
that is
They
hilarious.
can't deny that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, man, I'm ready for Saturday is gonna be like in the 70s. Sunday's gonna be in the 70s.
That's tomorrow.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah.
And then
I
what
don't know
next
when this
week?
goes out.
what next week? You know what next week is?
I'm in Detroit next week.
Oh, next week's the we spring forward. That's the best. That's the most important day of the year.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, we go.
Get a
to-
little more time back, a little more sunshine back.
We get more sunshine. It'll be like 7:45, 8 o'clock when the sun's going down.
That's when you want to start going to the gym again at 6 o'clock in the morning.
100%, yeah. You
that
get
guy
your whole-
disappears in the winter. This
Yep.
is summer brand.
You get your
is
whole
summer,
you get
man.
your whole mojo back. Like I get motivated again.
It does feel better.
And everything.
It does, man. You're just if you've got nothing to do and you're just outside getting your mail, you
Yeah.
know, you
Yeah.
just feel happier.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I
That's
lived in
true.
Florida for a year, and sometimes I don't know why I came back, and sometimes I know exactly why I came
What part
back.
were you in?
St. Petersburg.
Why did you come back?
Because there's a girl here that I love, and my whole family's here, and the
It's
classic
not good enough
story.
reason. That's not good enough.
Yeah,
If it's
I knew
hot,
you were
it's
a
warmer there though.
romantic.
I'm
I
hopeless.
know, yeah.
Mostly hopeless,
Yep.
but I am a romantic, yes.
Yeah.
I came back just needing her.
Are you
know?
still with
God
her?
love ya.
Absolutely.
Good.
I
That
love
usually
her.
ends up going the other way.
I
Like,
know. In Florida.
Yeah, I got off the plane and she was blowing another guy.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
Surprise! I'm home.
She might listen to this.
Yeah, just getting a Dubai porta potty.
Yeah, dude.
Look that up. Look that up, folks. We're gonna talk about that in a bit.
I want to talk about that. I want to know more about.
And
the
just
Dubai
so,
porta
hey,
potty.
just so we're clear, somebody brought it up to me. It's not like I was deep diving. And I
Yeah,
ended up
yeah.
vortexing into Dubai porta
What kind of
potties,
friends
but
you got that bring that? Okay, let's talk about what is a Dubai
It was
porta potty?
you actually. I
Yeah.
think it's more of a theory, is what it, or the kind of like a cult. Well, you
A guerrilla
talk and I'll.
theory?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've never actually
Speaking of-
looked up. Okay, here we go. Definition: porta potty in Dubai meaning. Let's see here.
Jesus Christ!
Is it legal? Video explained.
Don't open that video.
How much does Dubai porta potty get paid? Okay, you guys talk. Let me look
Wow,
up.
he's really
Yeah, I
like you
know.
haven't like it's not in your.
And I
recent-
haven't looked at any pictures or anything like that, but everything is like content warning.
Yeah.
This story is about a disgusting trend you may have heard about. Please don't go ahead. And if it mentions depravity to low human beings can't say. Okay. It's basically. Let's
Anything
see.
goes. It sounds like in a Dubai porta
Dude.
potty.
Yeah, I mean,
Ultimately, what it is, all right, here, and you can read your own stories. What they do, have you ever noticed all these Instagram models are always like in Dubai and they're in these, and it's
Yep.
like, look, I get it, you're good looking, but who's paying for you to do all this shit?
I wonder
Well,
every day of my life.
there is an underground trend going on, and I guess they call it Dubai porta potties. My buddy Matt in Chicago, shout out Matt Nanchef. I'm sure he's cool with me saying his name. If not, whatever. He's the one that brought it up to me, and he's like, you got to look this shit up, man. It's fucking terrifying. And it's basically the story that I read. It was a gal, didn't see what she looked like. They flew her out there, and I think within like a 72-hour time frame, she had sheiks shitting on her, essentially. Okay. But that's kind of, we've known about that for like years, right? I think she got nailed by a dog. She had to nail a like 14-year-old like nephew to all these guys. And this is all while there's like 20, 30 like of the richest people in the world just sitting around like fucking watching
Yeah,
or
right.
whatnot.
The
And
world's a
it's
disgusting
an
place.
actual it is an actual thing. So you see these models on Instagram and they're in Dubai, just
That's
know
what they got.
the shit they had to go through to get that one perfect picture taken.
Like, dude, we'll buy your hotel room for a week.
Yeah.
You take all the pictures you want.
Yeah.
in or
Apparently
around
they
it,
pay
but
very well.
We're gonna
Appar-
need you.
Apparently they pay very well. I think the insurance, the benefits are jack
well?
shit. Yeah, they're not good. Yeah,
Yeah,
no
fuck.
401k.
oh, this is
Damn
like
it.
It's a thing.
it's a gig that's ongoing.
It's
like
a thing. Yeah,
it's
I
not
don't
just
know
a
how
quick
you
little-
apply or whatnot. I think
I'm interested.
there are
Me
people
too.
reach out.
I need a
Get
quick
shit
come
on.
up.
Yeah.
Dude, fuck it, dude.
What's your magic number?
Did you?
Like somebody to somebody's gonna shit on you. All right, in a room full of 30 people. What's your magic number?
37.
$20.
37 mil?
30.
37 bucks?
You know what?
Gumbo from
I
Show
always
Me.
just go 37.
37 is good.
It's my hockey number. It's
That's
a
a good
it's
round.
a good number.
It's a good round number.
It's a good solid number. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll go mil.
I was gonna say a mil for that. That's all you're doing right there. Is just you're gonna drop one on.
So
mil's
what?
Not bad.
It's a chick. Is it a hot chick shitting on you? Or is it
I
those
haven't
big-
seen. I
is
haven't
it-
gone. I've just
Is it Louis
read.
Anderson
I can't.
shitting on you? Because that's a big difference.
Yeah,
I mean,
right on. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it depends.
I'm sure I can find some. Well, nobody's gonna write that up and go, oh yeah, by the way, here's my handle. At Christie, MiddleEast.org or whatever her fucking her handle name is. But yeah, it's a very disturbing world out there, my friend.
It
And
is
there are some
disgusting
kinks.
out there.
There are some fucking
It reminds
kinks
me of
out there.
that Ugu joke from Gilbert Gottfried, where two missionaries are caught in the
You got to say it like you got two Yeah.
missionaries. So it's two missionaries are caught in a by a tribe in the jungle, right?
Okay.
And they give the chief comes up to him and says, "You have two choices: death or Ugu." And the first missionary goes, "I'll take Ugu," and he goes, "Ugu it is." So for 5 days, these primitive tribesmen are fucking him in the ass, fucking him in the mouth, coming on his face, coming in his ass. They take a break, they go eat something, they come back, they're fucking him in the ass, they're fucking him, jizzing all over him, coming in his eyes, all that shit.
Okay.
They take another break, 20 of them come back, and they jizzing all over him again, pissing on him, all that.
Doing the thing, yeah.
And so afterwards, they go to the second missionary and they say, "All right, your choice, death or Ugu." And he says, "All right, I take death." And they say, "Well, death it is, but first Ugu." Yeah, it's fucking, I guess.
Gilbert.
I guess. I don't know. Anyway. But anyway, yeah, it is a sick world we live in, my friends.
I want to know, how do you get into that? Like, what's that tick, that makes you go, this is cool. The choking, the bondage, or what
Yeah.
I really need to see a chick get a dog off, and people are actually,
God.
and they're into it.
I think I'm just boring, I guess, at this point.
I mean,
I guess, but that's not sleep for a week kind of shit right there. And other people get off on that.
yeah. How do you, like, dogs, you can do that to dogs? Do dogs ejaculate?
No, it's
I'm not
immaculate conception on how fucking,
Well,
Cersei was born
You
in a
said-
petri dish.
So you said earlier before the podcast that they made the dog's jizz in her mouth.
Yeah, well, again, I read
I just
it.
can't
I
imagine-
read. Listen,
see if
this
I
is
can-
fucking
trying to
important,
wrap
man.
my
I
head around
read
this.
it. All right, I
Yeah.
did not.
No, you
I didn't
said
look
that
at
you
any
were- yeah, you
pictures
said that
or
you were
anything
watching
like
a video,
that.
and-
I
yeah.
absolutely was not
Yeah.
watching a video, but there's zero shot I could fucking watch. I don't think you could pay me $5,000 to sit there and watch that.
No.
There's no way I could do that.
That would burn into the back.
Now $37.
$37.
37 I could maybe go.
3,700, not
You know,
37.
I'm gonna hold my eyes open, but anyway. So yeah, it's way to kick this one off.
I told
Yeah, dude, hey, thanks for
Hey,
inviting
see
me
what
onto
you
the
bring out of us?
podcast.
Like,
Hell
God
yeah.
damn it.
I told you guys we were
5
gonna
minutes
go.
in.
We were gonna go there.
Bukkake.
Bukkake. That's
Yeah.
a good one. That's a good one.
It's a cool word.
It's
though.
a cool word.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a great name for a band.
Me too.
right?
Yeah, like a death metal.
Are you ready? Welcome, St. Louis, Bukkake.
Bukkake!
It sounds like a Chinese food dish. Like a really
It
good
does,
one. Sounds
yeah.
like a really good one.
They
Like a
probably
ramen
invented
noodle.
it. I'm sure they did.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
Dude, it
yeah.
just sounds
They're
like
fucking
something.
crazy. Yeah. Man.
They were the ones that were selling. I think they had like panties that you could go buy. They had used panties. Again, look it up.
You can buy them in like a
Yeah,
vending
like in a
machine,
fucking
right?
vending machine. Yeah,
I've
like-
seen
What?
that. Yeah.
Dude, you in I think it was Japan.
Yeah,
one
totally.
of them. Oh, what was that?
Well,
Hey, gotta love live
are we
television.
still rolling?
I don't know if we are or not.
Is this thing still on?
Let me go grab somebody.
No, all right. Let me get
That
out of your
seemed
way.
pretty important.
Yeah.
But yeah, keep going.
That looks like expensive equipment.
That looks really fucking expensive.
What was that, a candle?
Should I offer him a Twizzler? It smells great in here now. By the way, I think it was an incense. I put it right here.
Oh.
It's like a, but it had some like incense.
Whoops.
Oopsie.
Did it cut us off? Or are we still
It
good?
didn't feel.
We can roll through that. We can roll through
Yeah.
that.
Bukkake.
We can.
Just fucking.
That thing, the fucking TV committed suicide. Hearing that shit. Oh fuck, that's a fancy contraption.
Smells good in here now. These guys.
What are they?
I think it's like instant.
You know,
liquid.
I never understood
Oh,
those.
that does-
Like, why the stick? Does the
It
scent
soaks
like,
it up.
soak into the?
You got
Yeah.
the wrong guy.
I-
I just do mushrooms. And
Not a
shut
big,
the
not a
fuck
big
up.
incense guy, are you?
Yeah, no, I
Do mushrooms and shut the fuck up.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Oh. Yeah. We'll just edit out the past 10 seconds or something. Or do whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
Rolling through.
Chaos.
Rolling through. I like that phrase.
And we back.
What'd you say?
And we're back.
I just do mushrooms and shut the fuck
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Dude, I want to talk about that. I want to talk about the mushrooms. The mushroom. When Tommy,
Yes.
when's the first time you did mushrooms? I've never done them. I've microdosed, but I've never microdosed as
You
like a remedy.
microdose.
Yeah, I
you-
even half asked that shit.
Yeah, you did.
I got to control.
But you
that
know
shit.
what, though, man? I was really happy that you did give it a shot because I know how you are with, kind of doing new things like that, mind-altering weed, whatever the case may be. I was happy that you even talked to her.
Oh yeah. Well, I also paid $300.
True.
A month.
200 if I'm not.
It's like 2 and some change.
Have you ever done the
tax-
microdosing?
Yeah, like where you just like put like a little like half gram and like some tablets.
Half gram.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Is that not a microdose? Shit.
I'm pretty sure it's like a
That's
fucking.
a Jimi Hendrix microdose.
No, they're 200 milligrams tablets.
Yeah.
And I was getting 100 milligram tablets.
Right.
She was like, "Dude, you're 200
And then you were
pounds."
cutting those in half.
And I was dosing
Yeah.
them. I was literally like,
You were chopping
not even
that
giving
shit
it a
up,
fair
yeah.
shot. Not even giving it a fair shot. I have a control issue like that though. I have
Right.
a problem with that. Like I don't even drink hard alcohol because I don't know if it'll affect me too quick. You know what I mean?
Have
That's
you
why I drink
had any-
beer. I like beer, and I started on beer in the first place was because I can control it. It's a slow, manageable.
Have you had an incident though where
No.
but you're just making shit up in your mind?
Completely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You and Andrea would get along really,
100%.
really well.
Yeah.
You just immediately go to the worst possible scenario
Yeah.
and go, that's where I'm going to
In-
end
in
up.
my-
That's where I'm
Where
going.
I'm the exact opposite, and I'm just like,
Yeah,
the odds of
I'm a
this
bitch like
happening
that.
are, pretty great, but I'll still do it.
I'll do it.
I'll give it a
Yeah.
shot.
Yeah, but so how old were you when you did mushrooms for the first time?
All right. So
I remember you in middle school. You were a crazy fucker.
Well, here's the thing about that is I might have been like a crazy looking fucker to you guys because I was like the only person wearing band t-shirts and spiking my hair up while you
loved that.
Abercrombie and Fitch wearing
You
goddamn
fucking
stupid
preps, yeah.
I don't know who he's talking
American
to.
Eagle
I don't know who he's
fucking-
talking to.
God.
I don't know who he's talking to.
Dude, it was very weird in our middle and high school. Me and Brandon went to middle school and high school together, and everybody was a clone.
Right.
So I mean, like literally clones. Like I would go to other schools like for whatever, like later in life especially, and you see like the jog. It's like a movie. You see like the
Yeah,
jocks.
you got-
and you see
everybody's
the
got their
cheerleaders,
corner,
and
right.
you see all the guys wearing their jersey because they got a game that night
Right.
and stuff. Not this place, all right. Not North Francis out North, and not Barnwell. It was just a bunch of clones, and then you got me, who I just listened to System of a Down, and
Right.
and like I wasn't like painting my face all the time, but I might come in, I'm not even like wearing eyeshadow, and I was always considered this like freak.
I
you know?
wasn't even wearing
No, dude.
eyeshadow.
Dude, well, once you got to like a certain level, you go to
Right.
the mall on a Friday night in
You gotta level up,
1999,
bitch. Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
You got like the goth chicks, and they're
Yeah.
like powdered white with like their face painted black, like
That
half
was
of it
wild.
painted and shit. You're like, all right, I'm not even in that realm, and I'm still like the outcast
Right,
where I'm
right.
coming from. So I think there's levels to like being just a crazy person. But back to the
No. I meant like you were like you're not the way you dressed.
Yeah.
Just you were fucking nuts. Like I loved your shit, man. Like
Yeah.
you were in the talent show, fucking
Yeah,
the
talent
band, like
showed it up.
fucking rocking it out. Like you were different than everybody else in a really good way.
I was pushing
You
forward.
still are.
I was pushing forward faster than a lot of people, I think. I went through like a lot of stuff when I was younger that like, kids that go through stuff at a young age, I feel like just kind of like they accept it differently, They either shut down or they really bring it out.
Right, right.
And like my dad passed away when I was like, when I was like in elementary school, so I like
Fuck.
so I was like
yeah.
beating kids up. And I don't want to say I was like over it by middle school, but I was kind of like fully accepted it, And just things like that. And I don't know, it doesn't matter. I'm just saying that, like, but through all that, I wasn't doing any drugs or drinking. I was one of, like, the last friends I had to, like, I was hanging out with the skater kids and the wiggers and stuff, or whatever you wanted to call yourself. But I was the kid that was like, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be an athlete and shit. Even all the way up to, like, 8th grade. No matter how I dressed, I was racing bikes still, and I was going on these bike trips. I was sponsored. I've been to all 50 states to race my bike in there. Like, they all thought I was gonna be like a pro bike racer when I was younger. So I was like, I'm not smoking weed. I need my lungs for this bike, these bike trips. You know?
Yeah.
So
you're how old? You're in middle school.
So this is all in middle school, and then when you're like about 14, you go to freshman year, 15 maybe, and then what happened was I went out with a girl that I really cared about, like, all through middle school, and then
Gross.
and then in freshman year, a senior took her away. Basically,
of course
we
he
broke
did.
up.
Yeah,
and I was like, where the fucking drugs at? Like, it sounds shit. It sounds, when you say like that, it's aggressive, but
let's get over this shit,
dude. I still had the spiky hair and the band T-shirts, and there was kids in high school that were like, hey, you play any instruments? Like, let's start a band. And I was like, dude, I listen to metal every day, and I'm a drummer. Let's go, you know? So, like, it went from me doing nothing, and then, like, at the end of my freshman year, someone took me to a music festival called Schwagstock.
Oh, fuck that.
Right?
Yeah.
It was just crazy there, dude. Just, like, titties everywhere, just, like, freedom and dancing, and, like, people walking around completely nude from, like, from 20 years old to 80 years old, it was just such like a free.
Nothing better than an 80-year-old naked guy.
My brother used to go to that. He loved that.
Dude, you want to make some money? Come across that guy.
Hell yeah, bukkake. Dude, hopefully not. But so the answer to your question is, I was a sophomore, and I ate acid before I ate mushrooms.
Oh, whoa, that's nuts!
Wow.
And I
good for you.
And the first time I ever ate mushrooms was your question. I was 15 years old, and my friend just said, "Hey, I can get some mushroom chocolates." And I hardly knew what it was. It was like something I heard about in dare class,
Right.
And my sisters had already invited me to go to like Rock and Bowl, like blacklight bowling.
Right.
And I was like, this sounds like the hot ticket, and I wanted to go with them, but I didn't ride with them. So me and my friends ate the mushroom chocolates, and then like we decided we're gonna ride our bikes up the Harvest Lanes, which is about like 10 miles from
Fucking
our house.
brilliant idea.
Harvest Lanes, that's off 94 by like.
Yeah.
So we were off like Junk Station. I rode up to like Harvest Lanes, and by the time I got there, we were smoked. And I walked in, and I remember they're like, all right, like, put on your shoes. And I'm like, what are these? Like, and they're like, all right, pick your ball. And they
lights are just beating the shit out of you, and people are talking.
Did you had a good time?
Oh, amazing time. And I remember I had a stink. One of the best parts of my night is I had a stink bomb. You could buy at like Spencer's Gifts, a little glass. I don't know why they made them. I don't know why they made them glass, because that's just terrible.
Sounds dangerous.
Yeah, but I remember I took it to like the other end of like the bowling alley, and I like you like a place where you can pick your ball. I like crushed it with a bowling ball, and then I like walked back to the other side.
Very nice.
Me and my friend Tony and Drew were just like standing there like waiting, like all
waiting
right,
for the
and then you just see the chaos coming.
Not looking.
Who the did this? Like, why would you do this to us?
And you're just
looking all
sophomores on
inconspicuous,
mushrooms.
just sitting there going, "It's coming."
Yeah, right.
Right.
Yeah. But I remember I've only bowled one game, like, and I barely made it through. And I'm a pretty decent bowler, then probably even better, because I don't really bowl much anymore. But yeah, dude, and we went home, and I remember just laying on this bunk bed that my friend had, and just looking at the ceiling, and just being like, "This is it."
Yeah.
Like I felt like I was one with everything.
For real. See, now Tim. He's kind of been saying that same shit. You just tried for the first time after my mom's funeral.
Maybe about, and keep in mind, I'm older, right? So you guys have access now to do all your research. Back then, when I was growing up, it was always the narrative being pushed out by parents. It's the devil's fungi and blah blah blah. And if you do this, you're gonna you're gonna go insane and blah 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 and this that and the other. So time fucking passed, and it was one of those where you start hearing it. I listen to a lot of podcasts, right? And you start listening to people that you would never think, oh, that person does mushrooms. Scholars, deans of academies, and things like that. You listen to people on Rogan or whatnot, and then I started doing research, and I go, this doesn't really seem like it's that bad of a that there's not going to really be any negative effects. I'm a pretty happy person. You hear about people
you can eat too much.
You hear about people having like bad trips and things like that, but it's usually they're going through some shit at that time, and something comes up and it gets magnified. So I tried it the first time maybe like 5 or 6 months ago, and I called him up. It was me, 3 other dudes, went out into the woods. We camped that night, just sitting back having good conversations, talking about gods, aliens, trees. I was telling him last night that I probably spent, and I've got no concept of time when I'm on them. To me, I've been talking about for maybe an hour and a half on how trees, I get it, how they grow up, but it's how they get fucking wider, which I'm just sitting there just going,
where's the protein?
It's fucking amazing. How do they put on weight or whatnot?
These gains,
how do they put on weight?
But again, to your
gains.
point, and what I kept trying to tell him, dude, at no point did I think to myself, oh my God, I need to hold it together. I'm scared this, tidal wave of bad emotions are going to. I did.
And how much did you do the first time?
I think 7 grams.
That seems
7 grams is a lot.
Or
so
7
much.
Ounces.
No, ounces is a lot, right?
No, well, ounces, hell yeah.
Yeah.
No
So
one's ever ate
grams.
7.
Yeah,
Nobody's
I
ever
did.
done that.
Yeah,
That's a lot, though.
I ate a lot. Yeah.
That's a
That's a
lot.
lot.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
like a hero
I mean,
dose, right?
Fuck.
Is that what they
like,
call it?
dude, like you ate 7 grams of stuff I got. Like
Yeah.
right now, like,
Yeah.
you're gonna be in
But-
another place. All it together.
But it was kind of done in like maybe 2 to 3 days. Yeah, the first one, you dip your toe in the water and then you
Oh,
feel it a little bit.
How long is the course you're eating this?
If I had to guess, I probably had all 7 down 3 hours, maybe
Yeah,
3 to
that's
4
so
hours. Yeah, so
It's done.
All right. Let's do another podcast, a follow up, and
Yeah.
we'll eat 7 grams each of this.
1,000%. We can, dude. I'm telling you, we
Of what, the
got-
shit?
Yeah,
Oh,
dude,
man.
we'll be the most useless,
Uh-huh.
happy,
So
crazy-
normal. We'll be ourselves.
dude.
Yeah.
What
7 grams is a lot.
What would you describe is the feeling whenever you're on it for the first time, or even ever?
So here's the thing: is I call people psychedelic warriors, because they can eat a lot and they never, like you said, question like what's going on, what is reality, like why, like how did I get here, type stuff. But my brain easily goes there.
I question that on the daily,
even
without.
on weed. Like I'm like a easier, like, I don't know, target, I guess, for like these drugs to like get in my brain,
Yeah.
So like, sometimes I can eat like 2 grams and I'll be like, fuck, like I'll be kind of shook a little bit, and it comes and goes, like it might give you a feeling of like someone's moving a
What the
couch.
fuck was that?
That happened last week.
Last time it was a guy cutting the
They
grass.
were mowing the lawn,
Yeah.
right?
But all I'm saying is like different minds think differently, all right? And somebody might eat like a gram and be like fucking floored,
That would be me.
gone.
That
And
would be
then
me.
some people might eat 10 grams and then be fine.
Right, right.
So it's definitely to each their own, I will say. Like, and that's why a lot of people do the microdose, I think, is just because it's enough to make the colors brighter and like lower your like maybe your inhibition, but more importantly, like your anxiety levels, and things that like actually like matter and like will help you like be a stronger, better, more clear thinking person, which I think we all.
Yeah, I've done the microdosing. I haven't done it like to the fullest,
Right.
And even just on a little bit, I'll be like, okay, I'm a little bit better general sense of well-being right
Right.
now.
Well, just
And
like
it's on
that's-
fucking
yeah,
100
it just
milligrams,
kinda
which is a
connects you
tenth
a
of a
little
gram.
bit.
You
Right.
said it earlier when you said that you drink beer instead of liquor. You can kind of control it, a little bit. And like for the person that might eat like a gram or 2 to start off, and then they like hold off for an hour, and then they eat a little more, knowing that it's like safe too.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the way to go.
It's getting into the ocean. You know,
the
you get
fuck is
in,
that noise?
ankles up, and then you just kind of like slowly go, okay, yeah, this isn't really all
And
that bad.
Your
or
brain
whatnot.
has time to like accept it. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, there's always gonna be the guy that's like, I just want to eat a shitload of shit,
No,
and like,
fuck. That's
the
Tim.
same
Right.
guy, the same guy that's like swigging the bottle of alcohol, like coming out of the gas station,
Right.
or like the liquor store, like that's the guy that's gonna be like, oh, I'll eat a fucking 10 grams right now, like,
Right.
Fucking
Put them
nuts
in my
to me.
face, like.
I think with me, again, it was getting to, I had them in me, and I'm like, okay, this is cool, and this is kind of what I expected. I can go a little bit deeper. I'm not scared of this. I'm hallucinating. I don't have dragons coming, but the trees just look a little bit cooler. I'm
Yeah.
thinking a
Oh,
little
yeah.
bit more when we're talking about, aliens or God or whatever you're talking about, you're just really kind of like tapped into it.
Yeah.
You're really appreciing the music. I mean, the music is fucking huge.
Turn on some Tool or something, and you're literally like aligning your chakras. You I lay down on my bed before, and I just feel like I'm like just in the earth, or in like where like you're just a part of it.
Yeah,
it truly is like everything is one.
It is a getting high, drinking, getting drunk, or what. They're all quote unquote experiences, right? But this is one that you do, and then you come back and you're like, all right, I got to talk to other people about this, know. And the other thing is too, how good do you feel the next day?
Oh, I feel amazing.
It's not that you don't feel bad. It's not that you don't feel hungover or beat up. You actually feel better than if you hadn't done anything.
I feel like my brain works on like it's still in you, but it's like leaving you.
Right,
but
right.
It puts you like in a place where I feel like a little more clever.
Right.
And like just a little more like upbeat and like
flow state almost. Kind of like
100%. Yeah.
Flowy is good. I like the flow.
Yeah. So that's the mushroom experience. You said you did acid before you even did mushrooms.
Yeah, so I went to that swag stock, right? And I'm just walking down, shakedown, they call it.
Ninth grade.
In the ninth. It was actually the summer between. Yeah, so it's like, actually, we're still in school, technically. Like, it was like, they do like a May one, and we don't get out of school till like the beginning of June, or whatever. So it was like right at the end, though, and I remember my friend told me about it, and I had to experience it. I worked at Popeye's Chicken. My manager was going.
Shout out to the red beans and rice.
Shout out to those spicy chicken strips.
I forgot they had the red beans and rice.
Dude, it's so good.
It's the best. It's the best.
I haven't tried it yet.
What?
I brought it home last night, and as soon as I got home, the wife and kids wanted to go to Texas Roadhouse.
All right,
so I stuffed it in the fridge.
So write this down: mushrooms, gumbo, red beans and rice. Yeah.
But so the LSD was honestly in the past, I can say that I enjoyed it more than the mushrooms, and I liked it a lot more. But also, then well, it just gave me such a cleaner spiritual buzz. You know, like I really felt like I was like tapped into like something like the whole time, and like mushrooms kind of like they come and go. It's kind of like being stoned a little bit. Like you get a little more stoned and then you kind of start coming down.
It's a wave.
It's a wave.
It's a wave.
Mushrooms?
Yeah.
But dude, LSD was just like, you're just in it. Like it ain't, you ain't coming down.
What are you seeing? What are you feeling? Like
that's a weird thing. Like I see a lot of like tracers and stuff on LSD. It's a little more, if you have like good, I was fortunate enough to know a lot of hippies. Yeah. Like when I was like, because I've always been doing the
lucky
band
son
thing
of a
and
bitch,
stuff.
you.
Yeah, so like like people would be like, oh, like stay away from this. Like I got some friends in the family, and you hear all this stuff, about like people selling drugs, and I'm like, okay, so they would give me like this pure liquid in a sweet breath container. I'd get it. They'd be like, there's 100 drops in here. Here, $200.
So you just take a fucking.
I just take a drop, dude. Yeah, dude, and you just go away for a while.
How long?
Like on a trip. I mean, it's just a night. Like usually, I'd eat it when the sun was going down, and I'd be, once it gets to
that's just a drop. You take a drop, put it on your tongue. Bop.
Yep.
And
like,
that's
3 or 4 in the morning comes around, you're like talking to your friends about going and watching the sun come up somewhere cool.
Right.
It's always was the thing, man. Me and a lot of my good friends would ride our bikes on it. That was a big thing for us. Is like we would eat it and then we'd get a backpack with
That's what I'm talking about.
Full of like just snacks, sandwiches, some waters, maybe some beers, depending on how old we were at the time, and ride down the Katy Trail in the dark and stuff. Like do like real like what felt like life-changing like adventure shit. You know?
Yeah.
And we did that so much, too much. We like it'd be like sometimes we'd be like in high school, and I'd be like, yo, like I won't say their names, but I'd be like, yo, hey man, like what are you doing after school? And we would eat it as soon as we got home. Like the second we got home, it's like 3 p.m. and we're already tripping, and then we're like, let's grab our backpacks.
Right.
Yeah, and my mom is like blowing me up, like it's like midnight, and I'm like, I'm riding my bike. I'll be home in a little bit.
She's like, what the fuck?
It's a fucking school night. Like, what are you doing out here? And then, yeah, dude, it was a life that I lived for a long time, and I loved it so much, dude. Just
how often were you doing it?
Every weekend for like 2 years. I mean, like for a couple summers,
right?
Like because I experienced it at the beginning of sophomore year, and then it was just like. It's like alcohol, like when you're like, you work hard all week and then you party on the weekend, right? So you have like the weekend warrior type setup where like, in high school, it felt like the same as like, your parents like work all week and then they get the weekend to be together or like go do what they want to do. Yeah. Like my weekends were just like pretty much eating drugs, and like that sounds so shitty to say right now, like as a grown up, I feel like, but like it was really cool for us. And
Right.
I'm listening to the Beatles in my headphones, just day tripping, and I'm fucking in there,
I love that.
Yeah, and it was just such a vibe, dude. And I loved it so much, man. And it really I don't know if it was good or bad for my soul or anything like that, but I do, you get I have a lot of friends now that are so ate up that were like,
Yeah,
just
that's what I was
because
gonna- that's
going
what I was
way
gonna ask.
overboard and doing too
That's what I was
much,
gonna
and
ask, is how does that how does one become ate up? I guess from just too much. But what do they like?
I don't
What is
know.
it? How's it affecting them?
I always I look at what me and my friends ate for years, too long, and I look in the mirror sometimes and I'm like, what happened to them? Like, how did they get,
Right.
why do they have this, what is going on with them that, how much were they eating? Were they, doing it just way longer?
Are they all ate up and shit?
Yeah, I got a lot of friends that have, low paranoid schizophrenia and stuff, and, I totally blame it on
Flashbacks and shit.
Yeah, dude, a lot of my friends.
What is?
You get put on probation or something. They started doing 2C. What is it, K2 and stuff? I have two of my best friends in the entire world got addicted to that, and both of them have seizures now.
The fuck?
I think what
That's the
happens,
shit you can get at the gas station.
You could
wasn't
get it at the damn gas station.
and we all have those friends too, where it's like you do something and you're like, this is fucking great, but you always got the ones that want to up the ante, and it's like, I'm good with what I just did
if
there.
I was taking a hit of it, they're smoking a blunt of it.
Right.
If I'm taking a shot, they're drinking a bottle.
So with and this is what I try to tell him. This is what I tried to leave it. This is what I tried to tell him with the mushrooms. What I liked about it was the fact that you're off in another place, but you still have one foot in reality.
Absolutely.
So okay, what I'm seeing right now, and I've always done it at night, right? So I haven't seen it. I haven't done it during the day. Everybody tells me you really appreciate the colors and just nature, and you feel like you're in a Yellow Submarine kind of video, right?
Yep.
So I haven't really experienced that, but that you're kind of seeing things. You're seeing trees breathe, and you're thinking a little bit more in depth. You shut your eyes, and you see this or whatnot. But you're still in the back of your mind going, I'm good.
Yeah.
I know where I'm at. I'm with good people. I'm not going. With the LSD, did you ever just kind of go, where the fuck am I right now? What is happening right now?
It goes back to me, the psychedelic warrior comment. Because I had friends that we'd eat the same amount, and they are totally good.
Right.
And I am I'm kind of pretending to be good almost,
Right.
And
you're just dying on the inside.
To have, you said it when you said the voice or the vibe that you have one foot on the ground.
Yeah.
And 1 foot,
Yeah.
So if you have enough sense in you in the moment to say, I'm good.
Right.
Then you're probably good.
And it takes all that stress. And I think that's what the problem he would have would be. He starts maybe seeing.
Well, that's how a bad trip happens. You get into your head and you stop being capable to ask yourself, am I good?
Yeah.
And because what happens is you say, oh, I'm not good. And then you just spiral. Literally.
I'm not good and I can't get out.
And I can't get good.
Yeah.
And then they get stuck on repeat.
Right.
Or they go to a place that they never wanted to be in, or they are just living in an anxiety, like a fear almost,
Right.
And I've seen, so many friends, literally over 100 times maybe, I've been in a festival,
right,
or whatever, and they're just on repeat or saying the craziest shit. Dude, my friend one time, he was just yelling for hours, literally one more hour.
Right.
He just kept saying it, and then he would
one
say,
more hour.
He would say, he would just go money, 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 greed, greed, and then I'd be like, you all right, dude? He'd be like, one more hour, and we're like, what does that even mean?
Right,
dude, we're trying to watch the band.
Yeah, good for you not letting that freak you out. You know,
that's the thing, man. Is I've been the freaked out and I've been the savior. And I have helped a lot of friends out. Keep their clothes on in situations where they're trying to get naked and stuff.
Right.
Because there is a time and a place where people get so free that they don't even know what they're infants. You're discovering the world for the first time.
Right.
I remember one time this dude, I didn't even know him. He's on his hands and knees.
What are we talking about? What drug is this?
We're just doing drugs right now.
Gotcha.
Just,
Okay.
we're on L. We're just tripping at this
I went to the
point.
bathroom.
Something.
Everybody listening, I
Something,
went
yeah.
to take a whiz.
And this random dude, he's just hitting his head on the ground, not hard, but like enough. And he was just going, I can see so many colors, and I was like, that's a concussion.
Yeah,
like,
that's
like you got like, and I helped the guy up.
CTE player.
We went and got him some water and shit, and like I'm still friends with that guy. Like I see him at festivals still.
This is
when
just
I
a
go.
dude that you randomly bumped into.
This would not happen to you
See,
if
that's
you
my-
ate
that-
mushroom. It
that's-
would.
that's where my mind
You're
goes,
doing the
like-
Andrea mentality, and I love my wife, but you're taking what the worst possible scenario that's ever happened to somebody that's tried it, and you're gonna go, that's gonna be me. And
Yeah.
what we were talking about when you were out, the cool thing about mushrooms is you're having an experience, but the entire time you're telling yourself, I'm still in the real world. I'm fine. I'm just seeing some really cool shit. And that's what I was asking them about acid or LSD. I've never done anything where it's like you blink and you're like, oh shit, I'm in the desert right now.
Yeah,
I
right.
don't know where I'm at. I've never experienced that in my life.
Well,
It sounds fun, but
Fuck, how does
but
that
it's
sound
not
fun?
that. But it's not
How
that.
the fuck does that sound fun?
It just sounds. With
See, you
me,
guys got. I'm on the other side of the table.
and
over
you're
here.
gonna feel me on this. I want to make sure I can mentally withstand it and that
Yeah.
I can handle it, because you hear people have these bad experiences and they're like, I fucking woke up and I'm here, and I had a hard time with that. I couldn't get out. And I'm, to the point where I'm like, I think I could handle that. I think I would be good in that
I
scenario.
100% know you can, because like, all right, just right upon meeting you, you talked to me first. I was walking up just now. Me and you just
I'm
met,
a
right?
talk bully.
Yeah, so like I wasn't even halfway to you. I was down the road
Right.
still, and you're like, yo.
I was like, Tim, he can't hear you. There's
Yeah,
a fucking
you
highway
were.
behind us.
right there, I knew you were strong enough to be on the level you're talking about. Because here's the thing: there's the guy that there's an apple in front of you, and I say, there's an apple in front of me, and it's red, and I can eat this thing. And then that's you, and then you got a guy that's like, well, is it red? It could be maroon. It might be like have you ever
Is that
seen a
me?
green
You
apple?
little
Is that me?
bitch.
Kinda.
You little bitch.
Your brain just it doesn't just accept it and just that this is what it is and this is what I know it
Right,
is.
right.
You're like well, it could be something to somebody else or like a lot of other things, and that's the spiral. And
Right.
That's me.
And you'll hear weed, like they'll you can look up weed and it's like a mild trip. It's
Yeah.
like it's got properties in the weed that are like similar to when they even did like the war on drugs, they considered it like a hallucinogen. Like,
Right, right.
because it like takes you away from wherever you are, like, mentally. And, there's a lot of people that, they smoke weed and they have a panic attack.
That's me.
That's the guy that doesn't do these drugs.
That's you.
That's
You've
me.
had that happen to you
Oh,
before?
for sure.
When?
Yeah. Dude,
That's-
well, fucking remember last week? Last week I called you and I'm like, hey, it was
Yeah,
like
you were
2
in a
Sundays
great
ago.
mood.
And then I told you I just fucking smoked this joint, like
Right.
I'm staying off the beers for a while. I'm gonna
Right.
try, maybe have a little joint here and there because
Yeah.
I'm bored as fuck on a Sunday. And I'm driving, and I remember specifically you said, oh man, you must be freaking out right now. And right when you said that,
Yep.
I went to a different fucking
My
place.
bad. What did I?
I didn't.
But what
well,
did
no,
you
I was
say,
fine.
though?
I was fine. I know how to
okay.
handle panic attacks.
Right.
I've dealt with them my whole life, so I knew how to get that second fear out and not have.
Why would I say that to you? What did you bring up?
Because you're nuts. I've nothing. I was just like, dude, I just.
I
smoked
would
a joint.
never. I would never
You were
say that
saying it
to
as a
fuck
joke.
you up.
You were saying it as a joke. You were like, oh, you must. Because I never smoke weed.
Right.
And you're like, you must be freaking out right
Oh,
now. And
man, what a
immediately my brain
dick.
went to,
Well, my bad.
Am I freaking out? And then all of a sudden I was like, fuck, and I didn't smoke anymore. I haven't smoked since then.
You scared.
You see what I mean?
Is that
That's
why
my
we haven't
fucking-
talk much this week? You thought I fucking
Hey, I've
purposely
called you almost
like I
every day.
I try to sabotage you.
But
I'm
no, dude, I
sorry.
just go to a different. I don't know. Maybe it's the way I was raised by having being in a constant state of anxiety with my father.
Right.
But like because he was abusive mentally and
Right.
physically and shit. So maybe I just like have this worst case scenario all the time in my brain, no matter what.
That does happen.
And there's nothing I can fucking do about it.
Yeah.
I'd love to not,
Yeah.
but I can't.
Most people would. Not.
I just can't fucking get rid of it.
Again, I think if you were ever to try it, you just put yourself in an environment where you're out, you're not around everything. Because the second time I did it was at a EDM concert out in
Yep.
Chicago. So
Hell yeah.
that's how
Now we're
how
getting
my
there.
mind works. It's like, okay, you were cool this first time when it was a couple of you in the woods. Now let's go to fucking
try
Times
1,000.
Square.
This is a real
You know,
test. Yeah.
let's go do this. And I'm a big house music fan, and it was just like,
Hell yeah.
it was amazing. But in your scenario, I'm telling you, man, we go out into the woods, just sit there.
You're not
you
going to ask
eat
me if I'm freaking out. Right?
Absolutely
Because
not.
That's not.
Hey, man, are you all right?
Dude, you're.
Dude.
Yeah, I remember first time
I would never do that.
First time I
yeah.
ever had like a panic attack on weed or whatever. I was with Caleb Rose. We were 9th grade, and we're just hitting the steamroller. I don't
Yeah,
think I'd
oh,
ever been high before.
Right,
Like, I was just
right.
fucking, and I'm just steamrolling.
Right.
And he looks at me. He looks at me about 10 minutes later. I'm all good. And he looks at me, and I remember I remember what I was wearing.
He's like,
he
"Hold
looks at me
on."
and goes, "Your eyes are fucked." And as
Yeah.
soon as he said that, I was like, fucking
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
disappeared into the abyss. Fucking laying on a couch for 3 hours, almost about
And that's
fucking tears.
probably
only because he said that.
Yep.
And
know what
that's
I mean?
probably why you're so.
But I was way high.
Like not. That's probably why you've got the viewpoint that you do now because of that
Yeah.
one. It only
'Cause of
takes
that-
one,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know, and it's just like, ugh.
Dude,
Yeah.
every time I try to have to like save somebody from a bad trip, even on weed, you just got to be really nice to them. You got to constantly tell them where they are. That's it. You want them
See,
to
I
be
need to
as
go with-
comfortable
I think
as
we
you
Right,
can.
right.
I think the three of us need to go out this summer into the woods, and
Yeah.
that'll be my first time.
I'm not a big. I don't like weed. Really, it's not my thing. I get stupid. I can't. I get high when I get high, like
Same.
dumb. Like we're
Same.
having a conversation. Like, what's your name again? What were we talking about? You know, and
Same.
all that.
And
So-
I smoke it all the time.
But I know people, dude. I'm telling you, I know people that will get high during the day and fucking perform their jobs
Yep.
almost better because they are high. And it's
Yep.
like I
That's
have no
amazing.
idea how
amazing.
you do that.
That's where the medicine
Good for
comes
them,
in.
though. I think that's fantastic.
where it's
Okay,
kind of
so there's a guy-
medicinal. They're
They're-
treating something.
They're kind of treating it like, there's people that walk into these dispensaries now, and like some people at the dispensaries don't know jack,
Yeah.
and they're just like, look, let's
Hey,
get, like,
bro,
oh, let's get
yeah,
you fucked up on like
man.
the highest THC
Yeah.
content, and then you got the people that are all about the terps and like the way
Terpenes and shit.
they treat your body. So you can go down to Rick's, drug house and buy like a bag of like the shittiest or the best weed you ever had in your life, and just get ripped and railed like any like high school kid or like
Yeah.
whatever. But then you got like the adult that might go walk into like a pot shop and be like, hey, I just want a little something to help me sleep. And then that's when the medicine comes in.
Right.
And the people that are like performing so good, like, I'm not saying that they are walking in and getting like a prescription. I'm just saying that like I know people just like that like they can smoke a ton and still have all the knowledge in their brain, if not more,
Right.
after they hit the weed. Not me.
I'm the exact opposite.
I leave it at
dude.
home
Oh.
these days because, I do some of my jobs. I do different jobs sometimes, and like if I have to do something easy, like if I'm cleaning out my garage or something,
Right.
I'll get high as shit,
Right.
and I'm just going through stuff. But if I actually have to do like some sort of like problem solving, or like if I'm building something, or if I'm helping a friend with a deck or something,
Right,
where like
right.
there's real danger involved,
Yeah.
and more importantly, I have to think. I'm not doing it. If I have
Right.
to measure some cabinets and I'm putting like a, like a sink in or something, I'm not getting super blazed. Like,
Yeah.
Because my brain, it wants to be dumb.
The fact that you even said you'll do it and you can go clean your garage or something. It's the second I get high, I'm on the couch.
yeah.
I'm
why I leave
eating.
it at home.
Yeah, I'm eating fucking cat food or whatever I can get my goddamn, whatever I can get my
Cat
hands
food,
on, and
broccoli,
I'm
yeah.
not moving. And chances are, if I got high at 6:30 at night, 7 o'clock at night, I'm basically going to bed. Like that's how bad it hits me. But again, going into the mushrooms, it's like as soon as
Totally
that
different,
hits, it's like let's go to Shanghai.
Yeah.
Like why we
Yeah.
bullshitting? Let's do this.
Dude.
See, that's cool. That's me with like a couple beers. Like
Right.
My dopamine level, like 3-4 beers on the back patio, dopamine levels are spiked. I'm fucking energized. I
Right.
enjoy it. Like,
Right.
I don't understand it, man. I don't know.
There's beers that get me there, like they do that to me better, like Guinness. I can drink
That's
it.
his fucking
My
favorite.
man.
That's his
Dude,
favorite.
Guinness.
My
it makes,
guy.
It makes my stomach feel
Oh,
good.
it's the best.
I used to go to. I used to work by Moss's. Right. I worked by Moss's, and I would go in there, and they'd be like, 2 Guinnesses, and I'm like, yep, because they know I'm just gonna like slam the first one,
Just
like,
put it
into
down,
the
and you
ground,
got your second
and then
to
I got
chill
the
with.
second to sip because it makes me feel so good. And people are like, oh, it's so dark and heavy. I'm like, no, it's really not.
Which one did you go to? Winghaven?
Yeah. Oh no.
I was gonna say, is that true? Can we even talk about that? Like, can we get sued by? Like, is that true? Like, that's the Mosses in Winghaven. That's like a swing. They call it a
swing
fucking
club.
Yeah, swing
I've heard
club
that.
or whatnot.
I've heard that, but I don't know
could
that
talk
to
about
be
that.
true.
Well, no, like I don't want them coming at me. They might be going, yeah, talk it up a little bit more.
I
But
mean,
yeah,
yeah.
every time I fucking been there, I'm like, I don't see the, I'm not
haven't
like
ever-
offended.
You're not
Nobody's
leaving with
coming
another
up.
couple or anything.
Usually I've gone there with, like the last time we went, it was me, my kid, my wife, my mom, and her mother. So there's
Drop
not
the-
going to
Probably
be
why
a
they
table
didn't-
of going,
probably
hey,
why
you
they
guys,
didn't.
you
Drop
guys
the
know how to
kids off,
party.
Pineapples
Yeah.
at the door.
Yeah, I've never seen that. People just automatically say Swing Haven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've never really.
How does
encountered
that work?
anything
Do they
weird
just
there.
kind of walk up like you and Cassie
sure.
are sitting there, and another couple comes up going,
I
"Hey,
buy you
how
some
you guys
drinks?"
doing?
I
Yeah,
think
is
that's
anybody
exactly-
sitting here?"
I honestly don't know.
I think
have
that's
no
exactly how it happens. How else would it happen?
Yeah.
You know? You're
Yeah.
a couple walks in, they say, okay, there's a couple sitting here. Let's sit next to them on purpose.
Yeah,
They just sit there
then
and
they
look at them.
They
Yeah.
casually say, hey, what are you guys drinking?
I don't think
yeah.
it's like
Before you
yeah.
know it, you're best friends, and you're in their garage at 2 a.m, and they're trying
Exactly.
to take
Like,
you upstairs.
have
you know?
you seen my
Yeah,
wife?
This
Yeah,
guy's been
she's-
there before. it
She's
sounds
tied to the tree out
yeah,
back.
it's not like they walk up and say, "Hey, you want to suck my husband's dick?
Yeah,
and I'll
I-
suck yours." I mean, that's.
Is
I
that
don't
what
think
you were
it's that
yelling at
blunt.
me from the
It
door?
could
It
be.
was, yes. As a matter of fact,
I
it
told you
was.
he couldn't hear you. The
I
highway
was
was
like,
behind
damn
you.
it.
You
Now
wanna
it's
suck my
awkward.
friend's dick?
Now it's awkward.
Tim, I hardly know you.
Hey, I'm big on icebreakers.
Oh, yeah.
The DMT though. You
Oh,
said you've
damn.
done that before.
I've done it too many times.
Fuck, is that like?
That's the one where you
Meet
shut
God?
you shut your eyes, you're here. You open your eyes and you're in fucking Wonka
like the
land.
third eye
I
type
think,
shit.
I think there's a lot of hype around DMT, and but here's like the brass tacks is that there's good and there's bad. Just like there's weed, there's mushrooms, there's LSD, there's good and there's bad. So
Right.
I have hit. There's people that hit it differently. There's people that'll like only freebase it. I know because like it like you get like all like the toxins in you or whatever's gonna blow your mind. And like I don't know if you ever looked up how it's made, but it's like extracted from a root.
Yeah.
And it's like a whole process.
It's
like,
natural, right?
It's
Ish?
natural. Yeah, you only have to use like alcohol and a few like other natural ingredients to get it to where like to the powder form where you can smoke it. And the ways that I've always been like got the most messed up on it is like out of like pens. Like people will like literally will go buy like a oil pen for like weed. They'll put a fresh coil in there, and then instead of packing it up with oil, they'll pack it with DMT and they'll close it up. And then we used to just, at the beginning of my DMT trips, we're by the river and we're always making sure it's somewhere beautiful.
Right.
But, like toward later in life, when I'm like in my early 20s and we're going to these house shows and these EDM festivals,
Right.
we would pack it up. And my friend would just be like, you ready? It's time. And I'd be like, it is time.
Let's
and
go.
We would just take turns passing it back and forth. And I mean, the whole world turns into fractals and you're like in this whole other, like, what it does to me is it's like, I don't know, like some people are like, I leave the entire earth and I'm in outer space and like I don't know if I'm ever coming back.
You've never had that.
I have had that one time in my life, in my whole entire life, out of like, I bet you I've hit DMT well over 100 times.
Fuck.
Like
Jesus Christ, are you serious?
Yeah, I mean, like,
God damn, good for you.
I mean, like, well, here's the thing, man, is like, in the Doors movie, they say, use the drugs to expand your mind, not to escape.
Right.
But at some point, where's the line at,
Yeah.
And like, if we're counting like I hit it like in the morning at this music festival and at night at this music festival, then well over 100 times because like
Right.
it got to the point where it wasn't so spiritual. It was just like a drug, and like it puts me in a place that I absolutely love, dude. People will say like, oh, I can only hit it sitting down and all this stuff, dude. We were hitting it and I was hitting dance moves I've never even seen me do before, like it like loosened every muscle in my body to where like I can talk to you on it.
So I could have a conversation with you.
Well,
Like-
right when it hits you, probably not. But it lasts, like, depending on how much you're going to hit and how much you're going to take, it could go anywhere from, like, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, but not more than 10.
What, the whole trip?
The whole trip.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
the
quick.
whole
It's
trip.
quick, yeah.
And then you're fucking.
It blows your mind into another universe, and then it brings you back to the
But
to the
from
real
what
world.
I'm told, and I think it's DMT, I don't know if it's DMT or ayahuasca, but it's one of them where, yeah, in real time it's only 10 minutes, but in your head it's weeks, months.
It could be way longer. Like, some people will say they hit it and they go to like a whole other place where like they lived another life.
Oh fuck.
You'll hear that. You'll be like, well, I closed my eyes and when I came back, like I had like talked to my uncle and like I was introduced to like friends I didn't know like that even existed and shit. And I'm like, holy fuck, let me get that.
Right.
Like I want that.
And that's why I've never tried it, all right? Everything that I've read, you got to have a shaman and you got to have all that shit or whatnot.
That's some very spiritual.
But I thought it would be really, really cool to, like, if you go in apparently with a criteria, this is what I want to do, and you're kind of hyping yourself up and talking.
Yeah.
Like, my stepdad I was really close with him. He died, I think, like 8 years ago. I always thought it'd be really neat to fucking go talk to him, you know, and just go, hey, how am I doing? You know, like what, you know, where's my wallet? You know, and just like have a conversation. And I've read a lot with DMT that people do that you go and you see past, you know, loved ones, or you go talk to God, or whatever the case may be. And I've always thought that sounded really fucking appealing if you can actually get to that point.
What do they call it? The mind's eye or some shit?
I don't.
Dude, it's a very beautiful drug, but it can also be abused just like any other drug. And it also like there's like simulations, you know, like just like GIFs and stuff online that you could look up right now. Like you could Google DMT and go to like pictures, you know, images. And there is this like very incredibly accurate like effect that someone will put on like a picture. And I'll tell you, this is what it does to me right here. Exactly what it does to me, but it does it to your real world, which will scare a lot of people. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like we're sitting in this room right now, and I take a hit of this, and then like everything in this whole room like kind of like melts into this other color, you know, and you can't stop it.
Right.
You know? And I think in that moment, someone's like, holy shit, like I'm not in my own reality anymore. Like I have just exited my own reality, and now I'm in like some other dimension.
And you're not able to tell yourself this isn't real. Well, you're thinking it's real. We
are.
Right.
Because we're the Warriors.
Right.
This guy might not be.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
You little bitch.
Yeah.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
I just mean like some people completely accept it right away, and they're like, this is amazing, and it's really mind-blowing, and it's so beautiful. I can't, no other word to describe it than beauty to me. Like, I'll just tell you, how about this? Like, DMT, I hadn't done it in a long time, and I didn't know where to get it for a long time. And there's a lot of people around here that have DMT cartridges now. Like, you can get them offline. You can go, you know, just like you screw it into your weed, into your, you know, you hit a dab pen or whatever. They have DMT pens now. And that, I've hit those before, but they've never taken me to the level that a powder, like, extract has. You know, it's almost the difference between hitting, like, a roll, like a bean, and doing, like, pure MDMA.
Right,
You know, it's like you're doing, like, the extract or whatever, or you're doing, like, the raw, you know, version. So obviously the raw version is going to get you way farther. Like, and that's what you're going to need to go visit your uncle.
Right,
you know?
right.
And like,
Stepdad.
Yeah, stepdad. I apologize. But there's like, but you know, but a guy came up to me. I've been kind of waiting for this moment, and a guy came up to me at a concert not long ago at all, January, and he goes, "Hey man, you hit DMT, right?" And I go, "Yeah." And he's, "Here you go," and he hands me the pen, and I immediately take it, like, just I breathe out, and he's like looking at me, and I
complete stranger.
No, he's not a stranger.
You know this guy.
I know
okay,
the guy.
Gotcha.
And I took he was just like no. And he literally is like, I've never seen anybody take a hit that big, you know. And I'm just like,
never what you want to hear.
And I'm trying to like get even more in, you know.
Yeah.
And he's like, what is he doing? And then like I like kind of did like a spin move, and I did like one of these, and I handed it back to him, you know. I have like my hands up like some sort of spiritual, you know. And he looks at the guy standing next to him, and he goes, "Dude, this guy just hit the pin harder than I've ever seen anybody hit it." And my brain immediately goes to that image you could look up on, you know, I'm watching a band. It's happening. I did it. I talked to you, and then I went and did it, and I came back and talked to you 5 minutes later. It was It Diamonds, It Trapped.
Oh, fuck, for real?
I walked away, and someone just came up to me that I hadn't seen in a long time and says, "Hey, you want this?" And I said, "Yes, I do."
And then we talked again.
And then we talked again.
You had a whole trip.
I went to a whole nother universe between us. And you know what's funny is that's the night we decided to do this.
Yeah.
So like,
and you remembered it because you texted me the next day about it.
Yeah, because
fucking warrior.
So when you
it was the warrior.
God.
So when you come out of it, do you just come out clean and
pretty much
like
clean? Yeah,
exactly how you were before you went into it.
I mean, I can't imagine that you're not a little more faded.
Right,
know?
right.
Probably a little off.
There's some, you know, like kind of like when you get stoned and then like, you know, you're not stoned for like 2 hours, but you're kind of groggy.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. You got that hangout. Yeah, you got that lag effect. Yeah.
Tell me what happened during that 10 minutes when you're
okay. I
remember it.
Yeah. So like, so I did it like behind, like by the back bar. Yeah. I did it by the back bar, and immediately I walked straight to the front of the stage because I wanted to see the people on the stage.
Right.
Like they're in the lights. It's trapped.
Yeah.
You know, they're singing a song that like I had their first album and I bought it when I was in 7th grade when Headstrong came out. And it was a brand new album. And I rocked that album so hard and I knew all the songs.
My fucking Insta Messenger name was Trapped Forever 11.
Yeah,
that was my shit.
Yeah, you look like it was your shit.
It was.
Yeah, Amber Crombie. Yeah, Trapped. Yeah, so like it really like brought me back, and it was a very beautiful moment for me. And when I came back to the guy, I was just like, "Thank you so much, man. Like I've been waiting for this. Like I needed this, and it felt like such a cleanse. Almost.
Did you go to a different reality? You said, or did you just?
It's just like a I can't think of it as anything more than like a film. Like it puts like a skin over everything almost,
yeah.
You know, like, and we'll look it up in a minute. I'll show you. Like it's like almost like there's got to be a word for it, you know.
Sure,
I don't know what the word is, but it's almost like a layer over everything.
Like
that's
a veil.
It's like every color though. That's the thing about it. It's like very purple and green and yellow, and it's like, but like, and you're seeing everything like super, like vividly. Like your lips might grow over your whole entire face for a second and then come back. You know?
That's fucking
Like, you know what I mean? Like it might like take you apart and put you back together.
It's like you're in Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
I'll send you a video. So you know who Ari Shafir is?
Absolutely,
comedian.
yeah, Jewish comedian.
He's fantastic.
I
He
don't
was
like him.
talking about doing a DMT. I think it was DMT, and he's like, I was out for 10 minutes, and he's like, but while I was out. He goes, it was probably about 6 to 8 months in my head. He goes, I lived underwater. I had a family. Yeah. We had a local sports team that we support. He goes, I got really involved in the politics and all that. And this is all within 10 minutes. And he goes, and I just fucking wake up.
Yeah.
And he's like,
I'm
how
not back
long
in
was
this
I out
life.
for? And they were like, you were out for like 10 minutes. And he's like,
fucking-
I fucking raised a kid while I was under there. You know?
How fucking interesting is it to think that like this life that we're living right now could theoretically be one of those trips?
100%
Yeah,
it could be.
Simulation, man.
Oh, I love the simulation theory.
We're about to wake up right
I love
now.
the simulation
Oh,
theory.
what the-
And
where-
then you
where-
do,
how
and then
was-
like
how
that-
long was I out?
And it was 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
I think that all the time. What
All
would
the
happen if you woke up right now and you're back in high school and this was all a fucking
Crazy you said
dream?
that.
Yeah.
One of the craziest DMT trips I ever had in my entire life. For all it, it's crazy, dude. So we it's like one of the first times we ever had DMT. Like that, you know, when I was younger, I had like some hippies that'd be like, they wouldn't sell it to you. They'd only like trade it and do like real hippie shit with it. But I remember the first time we actually got a bag of it. We got like a couple grams of it, and we invited all my friends' parents are out of town, and we invited. I had a big old room, huge room, and we invited about 10 or 15 of us, and we all said everyone bring a pipe, and we all just put a little bit of weed in the pipe, and then we just fill the rest of the pipe up with DMT. And there's about 10 of us in the same room, at least 10 of us, minimum 10 of us, and we all hit it at the same time in a circle.
oh fuck.
And we had like the lights out, and this is the closest I've ever got to the outer space, leaving the realm,
Yeah.
Right.
leaving the earth,
Right.
like in you know, and yeah, I didn't live a whole other world and raise children.
But you have heard of that though.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah,
I've
yeah.
actually heard Ari Shafir talk about that. I'm
Yeah.
a huge Kill Tony fan.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He
It's
is
the
just
best.
nonstop
Yeah.
on there, yeah. But all I'm saying is like how crazy would it be right now I wake up in that room?
Oh fuck. Yeah.
You know?
God damn, that would be fucking trippy, wouldn't it?
Oh my God. Like you said, you know, you wake up back in high school. I was in high school in the story, and now I'm just in my friend's room. And I'm like sitting right next to Ryan and, you know, Luke and all these fucking kids.
Interesting
Joe.
as fuck to think about.
And they're like, and I'm like, how long was I out? And they're like 10 minutes.
I'll be honest
And
with
you
you.
lived you went to St. Petersburg. you
Dude, yeah, I
fucking-
lived in Florida.
I'll be
I had a
honest with you
band.
though, the
Wow.
level of depression that I think would kick in if that happened. If
Oh,
I
yeah.
were in that
And
scenario.
then you'd remember, oh shit.
I
had
don't know
kids,
you.
miss
I
them.
don't know my
Right.
wife. My kid's not real. All this
Yeah.
shit that's happened is all fucking all a figment of my
Local
imagination.
sports team isn't even real.
Dude,
Yeah.
I would-
The underwater family.
Yeah.
and who do you talk to about that? Like, you're not going to believe what the fuck happened to
Dude,
me
his
last
name was
night.
Tim.
Like,
He was
yeah,
my best
exactly.
friend.
God damn it. He's got to be out there.
And then we run into each other.
I'll just
fucking
look it
15
up on my cell phone, and people, what's a cell phone?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like,
Oh.
God damn it, we're
Hey,
not
you
even
could
there
play.
yet.
You could buy Bitcoin. Though.
Right.
Yeah,
There you
Yeah,
go.
could.
There you go.
Yeah, you could. I love you to death, but I love 78
buy-
billion more than
buy
I
a
love
Bitcoin.
you. Yeah.
Man, that is fucking trippy to think about.
I know.
That is really trippy to think about.
And
I
you
always
really
think
did it the fucking like just kind of cool way. Like a little bit about me growing up. Like my mom was severe alcoholic, right? So me growing up
Shout
as a
out, Mom.
kid, shout out to Mom. I was always terrified of everything because I saw what it did with her. So like, I really didn't drink till I was older. Really didn't fuck around with drugs. Like I'd get high in college and all that. But like the mushrooms and all that. Now there was a little ecstasy period where when I first got into the best.
Gosh.
But and then my kid was born, and then I'm like, it is the responsible thing for me to do to not do any of this shit. But I like never tried coke. I never tried acid and all that. But then I get older and it's like, okay, this shit's been, you can buy it in certain states. It's legal, means it's going to be okay. I can try that. So I kind of went the bitch route with it. Whereas I look back and it's like, man, I kind of wish I would have done that, with my buddies in high school and just go, fuck it. We don't know what's going to happen, but we're going to make it out all right. Let's go ahead and try it.
Sometimes, though,
right.
There's a time where I ate a half ounce of mushrooms at one time, and my friend ate the other half. We made a rap song
That's
about it later.
14 grams?
Yeah, 14 grams.
Shit.
And we actually...
And you're busting my balls over 7.
Well, that's because I know what happened to me when I ate that much.
Right.
And and it's a crazy story where we drove to the movie theater and we ate them in the parking lot.
This is Warenberg?
Yep. And then we went and watched...
Prolly Lane?
We went and watched Horton Hears a Who. All right. And
it's a good one to watch.
We're about 20 minutes in and like the whole room has completely melted into nothing. And I am like, I can't even get out of my chair. And my friend had like gone to the bathroom and he has been gone like way too long. And I'm like, holy shit. And I go out and he's just laying underneath the drinking fountain.
This is fucking amazing.
And there's like two, like 16, I'm probably like 18 in the story, 17. And there's two like 16-year-old, like, kids like waiting to sweep up the popcorn like with like a broom and they're like, hey, like buddy, what's going on here? Like you can't sleep here. And I'm trying to like get him up, and I'm like, okay. And then we walk out and there's no way we can drive.
Right.
So we decide we're gonna walk back to my house.
Junk Station.
Well, we're not there yet. We have to walk. So I remember I'm like looking. We're on the side of the road, 94 at the time. And there's a bunch of construction, 364s coming in.
Yeah.
And we're walking down the side of the road, and there's these cars passing us at like 60, 70 miles an hour, And I'm just thinking like, okay, like those are death. Like this isn't a video game.
Yeah.
These, like don't cross this white line, and you
don't get too cocky.
Yeah,
right.
Too cocky. Yeah. And dude,
throwback to the Bukkake conversation.
Comments.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, and it was dumb like that, and that's why when you said I ate 7, because like nowadays I don't know if like all the drug use has like sensitized me to like, because like some people like they think like tolerance and like you could just eat more now and you can eat more now and like you handled it so you can handle more now. But I'm telling you right now, it's been a year since I even ate a full eighth.
Right.
Much less 7 grams, And like even we just went down and the band I'm in played a trip in Florida. And there was a night we had off from shows, and it was the most beautiful night we were there, luckily.
Right.
And we all ate 2 grams, like a gram or 2, and we had the most killer, funny, hilarious.
You would think I would know this. What is a bigger unit of measurement, a gram or an ounce?
Oh, well, a gram is very small. There's 28.
It's 28 grams in an
28
ounce.
grams in an ounce.
Okay, all right. So then,
That's
it was
question.
7.
That's a really good question.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not my thing.
What weighs more, the Empire State Building or a fucking
stop it,
or Volkswagen?
Let me see if I can find a picture of this.
Damn.
I don't want
That
people
is
walking
funny.
around going, God damn, that guy ate a lot. No, it was ounces, not grams.
Yeah. That's too many.
Literally. So
Dubai videos.
7 grams. You'd be eating this much.
I'm
gonna
pull up a picture of it here in a second.
I'm talking like multiple mouthfuls. Literally like your whole mouthful 5 times is 7 grams.
That's fucking insane. And
Like,
then
and
you do
I mean,
14. How do you do 14? How do you do it? It's like 3 fucking bean burritos.
Put it in a syringe and I'm just kidding, but no, like it was
fucking
crazy. You know what I used to eat them with all the time at break time. There's a Reese's makes a candy bar called break time.
Yeah.
And it's like
7 grams.
Yeah.
That's what those packages are. So that's what I've been. Yeah, 7 grams.
That's not like, dude. That's a lot. Like, dude, we ate 7 grams right now of anything that I would get us. We would not be having a podcast right now. We would be like really experiencing the earth for the first time.
Dude, I saw Hendrix. I swear to God.
Dude, your brain hits a certain mode like where like literally like you're looking at things like you've never seen them before. Because you literally are looking at things like you've never seen them before.
Right.
Right. Like you're like, how is this painted like this? Like who like look at this wood.
Dude.
Like you go to like almost like an infant stage where you're like discovering things like the.
That's fucking awesome. Would you go with us to like a
Absolutely
and like
in the
walk me
woods
through my first fucking
Yeah. Oh my
you
god,
know I'm a fucking freak out.
It would be
dude.
so much fun,
and I'm gonna
man.
need
telling
somebody
you.
like you. To
And
tell me
honestly,
it's
we'll bring some
Hey,
natty
and-
lights and we just have a good time.
And
man.
honestly, it's getting to the point now, weather-wise, where it would be perfect to go camp. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. Sky's
All you
gonna
need
be
is a light
clear. You
jacket.
can. What's that?
that was that movie.
Need a light
Miss
jacket.
Congeniality.
Yeah.
It's not too hot.
You got the star, and again, it's one of those things where you're gonna just walk around and fucking look at shit, or just sit back and
Let's-
just fucking.
Let's
next
set
topic,
that up. Let's
talk
set that
about
up. I'll
this.
probably only do like
Yeah,
one or two.
I'm not trying to like ruin your life. I want you to eat like just a little. Like let's just keep it pushing. You know, we'll eat it. We'll start with a gram and then we'll just keep going or
I
something.
love
you know?
that. Yeah.
Tell everybody about your band.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
I'm
for
in a
sure.
band.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
absolutely. You're
We're-
in Gorilla Theory.
We're in Gorilla Theory. Yeah, it's a cool band. We've been around for about 8 years. I own the band with our singer and our bass player. It's called the small business is called G Theory Productions. We put on shows
Yeah.
around town. We do an awesome festival every year called Music and Art. It's out at the Boathouse.
Oh fuck. I love it. When
yeah,
is that?
601 North Shore Drive. We don't have a date on it yet. I'm trying
It's
to
usually
find
March or April, isn't it?
No, that's early.
What am I thinking
We've
of?
done it in July mostly, but it's been so hot these last few years that I'm thinking about pushing it to like September-ish.
That'd be cool.
But there's just so many festivals they're announcing right now that are amazing in September. I don't want to just get all walked on. No one's going to come to ours because they got something else to do.
What kind of music?
We call it the reggae rock hip hop.
Dude, it's
I
fucking
like
awesome.
it.
It's
Okay,
Gorilla
so-
Theory, by the way, is spelled Guerilla.
Yeah, he missed an R, but you were closer than anybody gets. Guerrilla.
So like kind of like
I
a
stuttered on
slightly
my R.
Guerrilla warfare.
stupid 311.
Exactly.
Yeah, dude.
My kind of shit.
You'll like it.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll really like
Last
it.
concert I went to was
You
311.
really would like
When
it. Tim.
people ask what it sounds like, I just say Sublime with some horn players.
I like it.
We have
okay.
we have two amazing horn players. We just recently acquired Dave Farber.
That's all they had.
I was gonna say, what in the fucking
It's all they- it's
Aldi
all they had.
brand
Yeah, it's
Red
all they-
Thunder
it's all they
fucking
had.
Red Bull is
I
this?
brought that up
Yeah.
earlier. I was like,
Red
where are those
Thunder.
at?
Yeah, I mean Red Bulls are like $2.
The
Man.
Red
You don't
Thunder-
have to
yeah.
if you need a hand.
I didn't
can
buy
get
it.
you
I
a
was
Red Bull.
asking. Yeah, I was out of coffee.
Send
from
me a
here,
Venmo
but-
request for like $3. I'll take care
So
of it.
I'll look your shit up. I like
Yeah,
that
please
kind
do.
of.
We got an amazing saxophone player, Dave Farber. He's also an El Monstero. He's a saxophone player for them.
fucking awesome.
He's
Yeah, dude.
he's the lead singer of a band called Super Jam. If you're
Also
ever like
awesome.
around St. Charles area, man, they play all the time, and
live
they
there.
they are probably yes sir. They're probably like I would say the best cover band. Like just all the hits, baby. You know, like just some Boston, some Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, that's my
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
where,
that-
where are you playing next? I know you have a show coming up.
Yeah, the next show March 29th. March
Shit,
29th.
that's like a month.
at
3
Old
weeks,
Rock House.
4 weeks.
Yeah, we're playing with two awesome bands I love, Chronics. They're like some good friends of mine, and Native State, another group of good buds. And it's gonna be like basically like a funk show. Like these bands play like rock, but they also play like some blues and some funk. And then we have a bunch of funky stuff playing. We're gonna rock some Chicago and stuff out. And,
Nice.
dude. Our horn players are so dirty.
We gotta go check that out, man.
I'll definitely
should.
go.
I got,
Hey, it's
I
down-
got tickets for $10, baby.
Dude,
Because
so,
you've invited me to music things before, and I'm like, "What are they playing?" And you're like, country." And it's like, "Yeah,
This is gonna be
I'm
really
out.
good.
I'm sick.
Fuck, I mean,
yeah, I'm gonna have COVID.
you'll
that
like
day,
this one.
sorry.
Yeah.
No, I know.
You'll
this is
actually
my
really
shit right
enjoy
here.
it.
Yeah,
what
we'll
you're talking
dance,
about.
dude.
Yeah.
We'll dance, dude. It's all about getting the people happy and dancing. I swear. We just gotta.
that's like Soulard area, right?
It's very close to Soulard. Yeah, 7th Street. It's right by Busch Stadium.
Yeah, fuck. So we could, dude. I think we should commit.
Yeah,
to going.
for
I think we
sure.
should commit to
It's
going.
right across from Four Hands Brewery, if you know where that is.
We've got 28 days to make this happen, you and I.
Yeah.
We can do this. We
Everybody,
can pull this off.
everybody, hold us accountable here.
We can
It,
pull
it
this
is an
off.
all ages show, so if you got some kids or something, like it's gonna be fun, man. Like
March 29th.
Yep.
What time?
the show starts at 8. Doors open at like 6:30.
Hey, we're going. What kind? Is that a Saturday?
That's a Friday.
It's a Friday.
We'll get you on some DMT.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
you'll
I was
love it.
thinking about. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was gonna say
you'll
we should
love
do
it.
that. Yeah. Shoot some TNT and.
Yeah.
Yeah, we also just got announced we're on a big music festival in Astro Valley. It's in Missouri, but if you never heard of Astro Valley, it's a beautiful piece of land.
I have now.
It's right outside of Festus. It's not far. It's about an hour
That's not
outside of
far at
St.
all.
Louis.
I
by
go
the
to-
cave.
Like you could literally,
Yes,
you could go there, watch music, and then you could drive back to your house if you really wanted to.
Right.
Like, I've driven back and taken showers and stuff because we were there all weekend and stuff. But
That's
yeah,
the same far at all.
it's called Rejuvenation though. It's the last weekend in May. Memorial Day weekend is actually like the-
Texting this.
Yeah.
Shoot it over.
But yeah, dude. So Rejuvenation coming up at the end of May, and then we got Old Rock House coming up
March
29th.
29th at the Old Rock House. That's Friday, March 29th. We're definitely going to that, Tim.
Dude, you got to go to it.
I'm
You
holding.
bring-
I'm good with going. Tim's the fucking flake.
Oh, stop
He's
it.
the fucking
No, I'm
flake.
not.
You can't. You know how hard it is getting this guy out of his
Shut
fucking
up.
house.
He's calling
March
you a
what,
flake.
29th?
Yeah, we have 28 days. Remember?
29th. All right.
Dude, how many times have you been at a Gorilla Theory show and then didn't even watch us because you had to leave early?
Has that happened?
Yeah, it's at least twice.
Why have I had to leave early?
One of it was at a benefit, the Boathouse, a cancer benefit for
Well, that's
Isabella.
because I was hosting my own cancer benefit
and
that day.
And then the other time you came to my own festival, music and art, last year, and you were there until like 2.
Why did I have to leave then?
No clue.
I know for the when they did the one for Isabella, I had that same exact day. I had one.
With the Hot Shots thing or something?
No, it was at Helen Fitzgerald's.
Oh,
but yeah, we had a fucking huge thing for a little girl with cancer for that same day. Just the days did not work out. They lined up.
I'm not mad at you for supporting.
You sound mad.
Yeah.
You know what though? Good for you, just hitting both of them. Because zero shot.
I went to both of them, and they're on the opposite ends of the world too. I went to one, and then I went to host one with hundreds of fucking thousand people.
What's the name of the thing called? Astrofest? Or
Shout out
it's
to
called Rejuvenation.
Rejuvenation.
Yeah.
Shout
out to the Boathouse owners though, Tony and Rich. Over there.
Dude, I'm about to
they're
go
beautiful
there later
family.
I love Tony and Rich. They help.
Yeah.
They're great.
Yeah.
And I love the North Shore Marina as well.
Oh my gosh, dude, that place is. I cannot wait for it to open. That's my happy place throughout the summer.
I'll be out there from now until March 23rd, opening weekend, opening day.
For real?
March 23rd. Yeah,
I remember her telling me that's a little earlier than usual, isn't it?
It's exactly. It's weirdly the same exact day as last year.
Man, I
There's
fucking
a
keep
sign I
stepping
pass
all over
every
my own
day.
feet.
It's like 2023, March 23rd, and here we are, March 24 or 2024, March
Friday.
I have no clue. I think
It's usually Thursday, right?
Yeah, I think it's a Thursday.
And what's this for?
Boathouse.
There's a restaurant. It's in a marina.
Right.
It's in St. Charles technically, but it's right on the Mississippi, not on the main channel, but it's on the river. I mean,
Beautiful.
It's a
You've seen me there a million times.
Why am I thinking of the one that's down by the fucking art museum?
Yeah, no.
Oh yeah.
What is that called? That's a boathouse
yep,
too, right?
That's
Okay.
called Boathouse Forest Park.
Yeah.
This is technically called Boathouse Food and Deck.
And
this
you're
one's-
playing at the one. You're playing at the one in St. Charles,
Yep,
right?
yep,
Okay,
yep,
gotcha.
yep.
So you playing on the 23rd?
We're not playing on the
We're not
23rd.
playing.
No,
We're
but
just
that's
there
just
for the opening.
that's just
Yeah.
opening day. I'll be setting up cabanas and just cleaning the crap out of that place every day until then.
Cabana boy, banging old rich ladies, doing that whole thing.
I'm
yeah?
setting up the cabanas so the banging can happen.
There you go.
One of my favorite things to do there is go in the back and make a pizza with Rich. Like we make these
penis
fucking
pizza?
penis pizzas. Last one we made was a vagina pizza.
Okay.
So it's basically just cheese, but then we used hamburger meat to make a hairy muff,
Got you.
and then like fish for the lips. It was disgusting.
the birth of the St. Charles porta potty.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like the
Oh,
only.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, what if we get our own thing?
Yeah.
Hell
But
yeah.
cool, man. Well, thanks for fucking hanging out with us for longer than expected and longer than anticipated.
Thanks for
fucking
having me,
great
Ian.
conversation as
We
usual.
we
I
talked
knew that
about
was going to
this.
be fucking awesome. I knew that was going to be a good conversation.
Dude, we've talked a lot about doing the things. It's
Yeah.
crazy that you're the same dude that we went to middle school together and stuff.
Yeah, the
Now-
Abercrombie guy.
now you're a-
you know,
yeah, the
wearing
Abercrombie
fucking
guys-
Fahrenheit, listening to
I was
3
not a
degrees
fucking
or
Abercrombie.
whatever. Yeah,
Cult. I was a cult leader. or
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh,
what do they call you?
Toyota
the
Celica.
Dude,
Messiah.
we were at Texas Roadhouse yesterday waiting for our table, and some older
like,
guy,
You're waiting?
some older guy walks by
got
and
a
calls me
private
dad in front of my kid, and she goes, "What the hell is that?"
You're like, Dad. You're
I'm like, I don't
you're
even know
like-
how to explain
You're like,
it.
Daddy had a life before.
I was like,
mine.
I don't even
You
know.
know,
Yeah.
like you're not the only
This
one.
guy was
kid.
probably fucking 50 years old,
And
and she's like, "Does that freak you out?" My kid, 13. I'm like, "No, it's a term of endearment."
It's gotta be flattering.
It's-
you know,
I wouldn't call it- I don't know about that.
It's gotta be
Dude,
flattering.
every famous person has haters out there.
Yeah.
You know what? And it just happens to be his kids.
True.
I'm just kidding.
If your own kids can't hate you, who can?
I mean,
Yeah,
that's the
exactly
truth.
right.
That's the truth.
No, it is cool though, man. Like I know we're wrapping it up right now, but dude,
glad, man.
congratulations on like just like the weird, like it was just the perfect time for to make that.
It was,
Dude,
yeah, it worked out well.
The name, like the beginning of COVID, no one had anything to do. Like, what better way to?
The first
Almost 4
time,
years ago,
the
too.
first time, I'm like,
when it was gaining
all right,
traction, I was like,
this guy might be onto something. Is when you made the video of you playing catch by yourself, and I like to think of myself as a pretty funny guy, and I'm like, you know what? That was really.
They wouldn't let
fucking
us
good.
do anything.
That was really.
We couldn't leave the
fucking-
house. We
That
couldn't hang
was-
out with each other.
That was good.
Yeah.
I played Connect 4 with
Uh-huh.
myself in that video. I played Go Fish with myself in that video. I
Played
played
with
catch.
yourself in that
Played
video.
with my
Yeah.
we
How can
whacked
you
it.
not?
Yeah. No, but thanks, dude. I appreciate the March 29th at the Old Rock House. See Gorilla Theory.
Yes.
We will be there.
Bring
we
your
are gonna-
friends.
we are gonna
man.
be there.
We are going to be there.
Please come. It's 15 at the door, but if you want to hit up Gorilla Theory, our Facebook page, I'll meet you anywhere with $10 tickets. So
Yeah, and you can post that to the beer page too
Hell
anytime
yeah.
you want to.
Appreciate
Sell
that.
those on there. But dude, thank you again for real
Dude,
for
no,
being here.
thank you, man.
I ran into him last night at I was having a business meeting at Show Me's.
Right.
And we were just wrapping up, and he walks in, and I'm like,
What are you
know
doing tomorrow?
For real. And he's like,
Yeah.
I'll be there.
Right.
yeah,
Right.
Fucking I'm there, man.
I'm going to work a little late for this.
Yeah,
Easy
I got
going.
excited when he called me. He goes, my buddy Tommy, and I was like, what's his deal? And he's like, man, he's big into DMT. I'm like,
I didn't say big into DMT. I said
go.
mushroom.
Let's go. Mushrooms, whatever. I'm like,
I said
book
he's done
'em.
mushrooms. You've
Fucking
done mushrooms.
book
You
'em.
guys will connect on
He's
the
like,
mushrooms.
he's done a lot of drugs and he loves music. He's
Yeah.
in a
It's
band.
perfect. No, dude, I love your you've always been like a free spirited, just do what you love what you do type person, and I love that about you for real. And you're the real, probably one of the realest people that's true to what you actually like and
I
love.
always want to be myself.
Yeah.
I think every person out there owes it to themselves to be themselves.
Yeah, and I think
There's a lot of
we're
people that
lucky.
You always have been. You always have been. You've never been like the fucking guy that puts on the Abercrombie shirt
Yeah.
because he wants to fit in with the clones and shit.
Ever.
You've been you, true to you, and that's pretty awesome.
If there's anybody listening that needs to hear this, like, do yourself a favor and just be yourself unapologetically, And I'm not saying be cruel to anybody or hurt anybody, but because like some people-
Unapologetically, an axe kill. Like
Right,
well,
right,
Some,
yeah.
some people might take it the wrong way,
he
but
said to do it.
yeah, he
Deep
said
down,
he
I'm
said-
Jason
said
Bateman.
to be-
But man, do your thing, man, and be yourself, and ask the questions you want to know the answers to. I mean, as long as they're appropriate, I suppose. But
Yeah, I mean,
man,
within the law.
within the
within
law.
the
I've always wanted to be that guy in American Psycho.
Is it Patrick
Oh,
Bateman?
yeah.
I think
Yeah,
is it
Patrick Bateman. I
Yeah.
said Jason. I'm like, God damn it.
You knew
I
you
hope
fucked
they
up.
get
You were
it.
hoping
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
Right.
You had to circle back.
Shout out
and
to
clean.
Jason Bateman.
For
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, Jason Bateman.
Awesome, dude. Well, everybody, as usual, you catch us on Spotify, YouTube, at Beer Fan Podcast on YouTube, Spotify, fucking Apple, all those other fucking places. I don't know. But, dude, thank you again.
Thank you,
And
guys.
March 29th at the Old Rock House. Go see Gorilla Theory.
We there, baby.
We'll be there.
And, okay, love you. Bye.
Huge thank you to our studio sponsor, John Morgan, and the entire Premium Cabinets family for helping make this podcast possible. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you're following the podcast on all platforms so you don't miss out on any future uploads. Don't forget to join the End is Near, so Let's Drink Beer Facebook group to make sure you stay prepared for the end of days. Till next time.